What do QR codes, airplanes, and laptops, along with used cars, all have in common? They're all used in scams. Today on Two Wants to Know, we're letting you know what to look out for and how you can avoid being scammed. Lachelle Yates with the Better Business Bureau of Central and Northwest North Carolina is here to answer your scam-related questions. This is how you get your question to our expert today. You text us that question. The number is 336-379-5775. Your question is anonymous, but the answer comes in real time. All right, Lachelle, let's first and foremost talk about these QR codes because they're everywhere. It's like every restaurant wants you to use one.
Yes, they do. And I tell you what, scammers are using QR codes in one particularly clever way that I think a lot of people are going to fall for. They are putting QR codes on the back of parking meters. And of course, we're going to think that we can scan that if we don't have change. And of course, the QR code is fake, so we are going to get parking tickets. And now they're also using QR codes in emails or texts or letters when they're impersonating the IRS or Social Security. And of course, they say the main site is down where you need to pay. So just scan this helpful QR code that we've included. And it's going to take you to a website, of course, where you're going to put in personal information and money. So here's how you can protect yourself from fake QR codes. First, just like links in texts and emails, if you don't know who it's from, don't scan the QR code. Second, if you do get a QR code from a friend or a coworker by text or email, confirm that it was your friend who actually sent you that QR code. And then last, scammers are now known to put fake QR codes on that restaurant menu or on other places where there are QR codes. So look for tampering because they'll just place a fake QR code over that QR code on the restaurant menu and then take you to a different site.
All right, so like if there's a sticker or something like that on the menu or something like that, that would be a giveaway for that.
Yes, that's a dead giveaway.
Okay. The parking meter one, though, is a little bit more difficult because some parking meters actually use the QR codes.
That's going to be a very difficult one. So what you need to do is, so for most parking meters, they're going to have those big signs that say this is a lot that's done with parking meters with that. And there's going to be an app that you typically have to download. There's not going to be a QR code, or if they are QR codes, they're going to be up on a big sign. So for that, look to see if there's a big QR code that's slapped over the real one. That's how you can protect yourself from that. But they're not putting QR codes on the back of individual meters at this point.
At this point. Okay. All right. Let's talk about the new scam that talks about your delayed or your canceled flight. And I think to myself, and these are happening all the time, delayed and canceled flights.
Yes, they are. So here's the twist. If you get an email or a text and it says your flight's canceled, and then they're going to be ever so helpful and they're going to provide you a number to call. And when you do, they're going to say, yes, your flight's canceled, but we can rebook you. It's just going to be a small price to pay. Well, here's the bad news. Once you give them your credit card number, you've given it to a con artist. And here's the other part. There was nothing wrong with your original flight.
Yeah.
So, but I guess that's the good news. There was nothing wrong with your original flight. The bad news is you've given your credit card number to a con artist.
So, all right, so how do we avoid this one?
So here's what you need to do. So you just need to double check the details if you get one of these emails. They are sending these out just by the thousands, even to people who don't have flights booked. So if you are one, you get this. Pull out the information that you got when you booked your flight and see if the reservation number in this email matches the reservation number that you got when you booked your flight. If it does, then look at the customer service number from the email that you got when you booked your flight and call that number. Do not call the number in the email or the text that you got alerting you to your canceled flight.
Right, and if you've got an app like with that particular airline, that'll probably help out too. But I just think of the last time I had a canceled flight, it was like at 4 o'clock in the morning. So you're really not thinking very clearly at that point.
Yeah, and honestly, I think that this email is going to come, this email is not going to come at 4 a.m. when your flight's at 6. I'm thinking these emails are coming like today and your flight's in 2 weeks. But yes, those apps are really wonderful. I can say, I think those are one of the best things that you can get if you are traveling, because these flight delays are happening and the cancellations are happening a lot. So if you are going to be traveling this summer, I think that the app is one thing that you can definitely do to help you in all kinds of situations, let alone getting one of these fake emails or texts about a canceled flight.
All right, we're going to be talking about online shopping. We're going to be talking about used cars. All of that is coming up in the next segment, along with your text questions. Remember, you can text us 336-379-5775. We'll be right back.